A huge game for the Ottawa Charge tonight. With a win tonight, they'll make history and appear in the PWHL Final Series. The Charge are up 2-1 against the Montreal Victoire in their best-of-5 playoff series. If they win tonight, they'll be facing the Minnesota Frost for the Walter Cup. If they lose, the Victoire will force a deciding Game 5 to take place on Sunday in Montreal. TSN's Kenzie Lalonde joins me now to talk about this all-important Game 4. And we're hoping that it'll stay at that, just Game 4 tonight here. Oh my gosh, Kenzie, what an exciting series. From the longest PWHL match ever played in quadruple overtime between the Victoire and Ottawa. Ottawa losing that match, but then coming back the next day and then taking the lead 2-1. What do we have to look forward to in this match tonight?
Well, I think what's been really exciting about this series is that it's all been decided by one goal, each and every game. So you think of that quadruple overtime game, the exact day to history in which the year prior, the record was set for triple overtime. And so we know these games can go down to the mile. I think that's what's so exciting about the PWHL and the season. Every game, you really do not know who's going to win. Right when you think a team has an advantage, they'll face their opponent, and it's kind of all goes out the window. And we're seeing that right now with the Victoire series. I think of the home game they had the other night, and they're showing that they really are the favorites right now as we push down the stretch. And so timing has really helped the Charge, and now they'll look to take advantage of that tonight.
Do you think that the Victoire is having second thoughts because they got to choose who they would play in this series, and they chose Ottawa? Now, my thinking is that you would choose what you think would be the weaker team, you know, to have an easier go at it. And look, Ottawa is up 2-1.
History likes to repeat itself. We go back to last year, the first ever season. Toronto finished first overall. They selected Minnesota and lost.
You see that?
Now here's Montreal, finished first, selected Ottawa, and now they find themselves in an elimination game. So I do think, though, that whether Toronto picked Minnesota or whether they picked Ottawa, this was going to be a really challenging game and battle through the series. But right now, Ottawa, with the goaltending of Gwyneth Phillips, you see her there. She's been a difference maker for this team. So if she can play a full 60 minutes tonight, there's a very good chance the Charge are going to be heading to the finals.
What else should we look for in tonight's game with the Ottawa Charge to know that they're on it and they're on point?
Yeah, so I think we look at their third period performances throughout this series. That's where they've been scoring their game-winning goals and tying goals. Jenner did that back in Game 2. So I really encourage you to watch the full game in its entirety because it'll always come down to the final moments of a game. And also when you look at the Victoire, you're talking of Marie-Philippe Poulin and Renee Desbiens, the best players in the world, right? So Ottawa Charge have done a really good job of shutting down Poulin, Stacey, and Gardner, one of the top lines right now in the league. And so if they can continue to shut down that top Victoire line, allow Ottawa secondary scoring to get a bulk of the goals, they'll be fine.
Okay, and the energy in TD Place Arena is just electric. Today, the Ottawa Charge is asking everybody to bring your A game, bring the energy, bring the towels and the kazoos.
The kazoos.
Yes, tell us about that, what it's like in there.
So I guess the kazoos have become the noisemaker for the Ottawa Charge, which I love. We had a nice tutorial when myself and Cheryl Pounder arrived at the arena for the other game the other night. But as an Ottawa native, I grew up in Stittsville. I grew up playing female minor hockey here in this city. I always knew there was an appetite for the game here. And as you look across the league and you look at the markets that are really successful, well, they have a dominant female minor hockey association presence. I think we're seeing that when you look around the crowd, so many young female girls out there cheering on, and all walks of life. I think these Ottawa Charge games really are such an inclusive environment. I think fans are falling in love with the game of hockey again. And I attribute a lot of that to this Ottawa Charge team and the way the city's really rallied behind them, because the product's incredible. These athletes, their stories are great, and I think that really can rally a city behind a team.
That's incredible. Well, I'm coming from a track background, athletics, but I'm telling you what, I'm going to be there tonight, waving that towel, bringing in the energy. Yeah, I'll get my kazoo as well. Kenzie Lalonde, thank you so much from TSN. We are looking forward to this match, and no doubt it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank you so much. All right.